Hey everyone, this one's actually interesting, right? I'm pretty sure I understand why this isn't coming to the PS5 or other platforms, but it's still interesting to see how the community on Camp Blue has decided to take it. Because when we all play, we all win. That is the motto they've been saying while they've been mocking Xbox users for quite some time for having no exclusives, especially with the Xbox games going over to the other side. But the moment one game doesn't go over to Camp Blue, they all lose their mind. In fact, they all go completely and utterly apeshit. It's insane how this one game, Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition, has sent the Camp Blue to go completely and utterly bonkers. So this game has been announced for PC, Game Pass, and Xbox Series X and S. Whether this was money hatted or whether this was actually just because the game was last released on the PS3 and converting from the PS3 to the actual, PS5 is just not really easy because it's pretty much just the cell processor was just not a very nice platform to use and very inconvenient. I mean, this is documented many times as developers hated developing for the PS3. But regardless of the logical reason for this, people have still taken it upon them to go Reezy. The far future may be grim and dark, but June 10th is looking pretty bright. And as you can see here, Stein with that smiley face. And of course, Zuby Tech comes in. My PS5, what about me? And all jokes aside, so many people have started crying about this game not being on there. It took one game to completely break Camp Blue. And who knows whether it's going to be available later down the line or, a few months down the line. Who knows? Or never. It's unknown. But all it took was one game to completely undermine all the dominance that Camp Blue had. These people just couldn't. Skipping PS5 is a weird one. Maybe some sort of Xbox deal. Like, it's so weird how the moment a game skips PlayStation, the mental gymnastics as to why such a thing could happen is almost like Sega have committed a crime. It's insane how hard these people are taking this. It just makes no sense. Skipping PS5 is like saying no to free money. Well, no, it's not, because as we've seen, unless it's a specific kind of genre, those games also don't sell very much on the PlayStation platform either. We've seen this even with their exclusives, with, up to like 1% or 1.5% uptakes of games. It's not a lot, although their console selling record is going higher and higher. At the end of the day, it's clearly obvious that statement is becoming less and less true. Thank you, Sega and Xbox. Xbox better. No, thank you. I'm quite happy. And this is what I was saying about the PS3, right? Because at the end of the day, the cell processor was a pig of an actual, processing. What? No PS5 edition? Like, they are acting like Sega has committed a crime, or someone has, just gone and done something so atrociously unacceptable that the fact that this game is not available on the PS5 at launch, at least, has blown their mind. Skipping the console I played the sequel on, genius move. When the same thing happened with different games on Xbox, and it was taken as a ha ha, sucks to be you. And so now it's a genius, with all the sarcasm of a genius move. It's like what goes around comes around. It's like, it's so weird how they have and this is like a remaster, and I think this is where it actually comes in, right? Because a lot of these people love their remakes and their remasters, especially their remasters. Sony fanboys are, I don't get it. They really love their remasters. You could have, God of War 3 or a new Ratchet and Clank or anything else, but they won't want to buy those games. Instead, if they released a Days Gone remastered or a The Last of Us super ultimate remastered edition, they would so much be gung-ho for those. And they would buy those remasters. I think it's the name Remaster. that they absolutely love. It has to be. There's no other thing that I can actually really think of. It's just weird that the moment the name Remaster comes into it, they actually just lose their mind and they have to buy it. I mean, it's probably something that they're conditioned to do. So, you know, at some point I expect, you know, these publishers to start taking advantage of that and just adding the word remastered in there somewhere just to make it look like it's a remaster and maybe sell a few more copies. To all the PlayStation people in the comments, I thought you guys own PCs, and they do, right? They own Game Pass, they own PCs. The majority of them own all three platforms, so what's the problem? At the end of the day, if you own a PC, you can plug your PS5 controller in, off you go. Are trophies really that important? You're still going to get to play the game with your DualSense. Skipping a console market leader is definitely a head scratcher. Why? Why is it a head scratcher if that's what they've decided to do? At the end of the day, it could have cost them way more to get it working on the PS5 than their sales projection. Then it does make perfect sense. Because at the end of the day, with the games working on 360, going over to the Series X, I mean, the fact that it's being made on the PC anyway, porting it over to the Xbox is a no-brainer. They're all running on DirectX 12, and PC now supports DirectX 12U. I'm oversimplifying it, but the porting process from PC to Xbox is way more simpler than it is from PC, well, from PS3 to PC, or, you know, to vice versa to PS5. It's just way more simpler. So it's just, to me, it's a no-brainer. And I'm guessing they're using the same code that they had from back then, because that's the only thing I think. Good luck with 0 sales until it hits the PS. I mean, they are so butthurt. You can see it. No PS5 or Switch 2 makes sense. Release it on platform where people don't buy games. I mean, look at it. They are so hurt. The irony in so much PS5 port begging here. And that's the thing, right? One game comes out, one that's not on the PlayStation platform, but it's a remaster. And the fact is, because it's a remaster, that is why these people are having such a hard time. I can't imagine, I mean, obviously, you know, 40k Warhammer is a prestigious thing. I mean, look at it. These guys are really going for it at this point. They are so gutting, the failed console companies gotta stick to it. It's clear that there is so many butthurt people here. And honestly, it's so sad. I have to laugh at them. It's ridiculous. These fanboys are just ridiculously stupid. I mean, it's literally, we're talking about a game that's what, over 10, 15, 20 years old? 15 years old? It's old, man. And it's getting a remaster. So what if it's skipping PlayStation? It's not like every game squishes. I mean, I get it. It's a remaster, and that's why they're upset. That's the only thing that I can think of that is, you know, that's upsetting them. The fact that a remaster is actually happening out there in the open world, in the games industry, and they are finally missing out on a... I mean, this whole thread continues, right? It's just complete butthurt nation. Literally. They're just butthurt after butthurt after butthurt. This is all butthurt. Why not PlayStation? Oh, nice. Might give it a shot on PC Game Pass. Of course you should. No PS5? Good luck. I mean, look at it. It's just so pathetic that they've all come out and decided that we're going to cry about one game. And the reality is, most of these people own a PC. Most of these people own an Xbox, or have access to Game Pass, or a way of playing it. And they won't play it. It's so weird. I don't know, man. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. This one here is a complete head scratcher. I did not, you know, this was not on my bingo cards. Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition, completely breaking the PlayStation fanboys, was not on my bingo cards. But was it on yours? Could you foresee a remaster not appearing on the remaster station? Actually, I can see how that can be a problem. I can. But it's still funny. Anyway, folks, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, and remain legend.